positivity around. So there was actually a lot of energy. We were really excited about doing this. So we can't play gigs and you can't get that high from playing a gig and seeing people and interacting and that kind of thing you do 6 nights a week or something. That completely stopped. So it only had us and our environment. So yeah, I think there was plenty of energy because all 5 of us felt like this is the closest we could get to doing what we love so much, which is playing live gigs and creating music, which is what we were doing. So the process really was, we got all together. We all had a bunch of ideas, you know, we had little riffs and this and that. But basically, Mike came to Milan and we just put all the demos together. Mike had endless amounts of songs, ideas, stupid little things he'd sing into his phone, you know, like little voice memos into the mic and stuff.
Today we're here with Johnny from the Rumjacks. How are you, man?
Oh, good, man. Yourself, how are you?
Yeah, very good, very good. Before talking about your new album, which we're gonna cover later, now let's talk about your new singer, which is you know, Mike Rivkees. Yeah. And how did you find him, and how is it to work with him?
Yeah, cool. Well, we knew of Mike and we were friends with him for a while. Like before we ever even met him, we knew his band Mickey Rickshaw from Boston. We heard the music, we liked it, you know, and we were fans, if you will. And then we went and did a real small tour of America 4 years ago, and they played one of the shows with us, and we got along really well, and we just all kept in contact. The whole band did. But yeah, we just stayed friends. And then myself and our manager Luca were in America at the beginning of 2020, and just so happened we were staying like 2 streets from his apartment. It wasn't like a purpose done thing, and we went around to his. He made us pasta, and he made a video of it too as well, like making pasta for an Italian, because our manager is Italian. And so yeah, we just formed a really good friendship, and we thought, and when we watched him play live, we played with him as well in Germany too. He's an amazing performer, a really good songwriter as well too. Super smart with music, a nice guy. So it kind of seemed like the obvious choice, you know. And since he's joined, it's been fantastic. It's really positive. He's really hard worker too. Like he puts a lot into it. You know, when he switches on, like that's it. It's full force, you know. But he's got a lot of energy, and it's a very positive kind of environment to be around, and it kind of doesn't wear on us. It kind of influences a bit, you know, being around him, and it really made this process of Hestia so much fun. We really did. We enjoyed every day of it, you know.
Yeah, that's great, and it's interesting that you started off by saying that you were friends before, like bandmates. Yeah. That I mean, when you're in a group and you need to tour with people, you need to be in like a family, you know. So it's great that you started off by saying that you were friends, and you stayed friends, and then you thought about him getting in the band, so that and then he has a lot of energy and everything that you said. But
like you said, man, exactly. Touring's hard. It's really hard. It's a lot of fun. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm not going to paint this horrible picture of it. It's hard work. But you know, like you and your crew, like it could be between like 5 to like 10 people in a van all day, every day, eat the same places, drink the same places, play the same places, sleep the same places.
Sleep in the same places. I guess sleep the same places is the toughest part, right? You know.
Me and I share with Gabriel. So every morning I get to wake up and see Gabriel's sweet little face beside me. So we share a room, but it's hard work. So yeah, obviously getting along is pretty damn important when you're touring. That's for sure.
Yeah, totally, and that's a point that when I interview artists is something that comes up, because you know it's nowadays it's very rare that you have the same lineup for the whole band's career. So when you pick up the new members, you need to be like aware of all these aspects, you know, not
Yeah,
just.
exactly. And I guess when we started, we and got to where we are now, we were all learning along the way little things like touring. You have to learn how to tour and what's involved with it. And every tour, you take something from the last one about life on the road, you know. And Mike's already done that as well too with his other bands, so he gets it, he understands it, and he, you know, so that like when we do tour, when we're all allowed to tour again, I'm sure will be even more helpful as well too.
Yeah, because he has experience and energy and everything.
Yeah,
It's a
exactly.
full package. Yeah.
Yeah, it was I think a very good decision on our half. So yeah, we're extremely happy with how the process of the album went, and let's see how touring goes when we're allowed. But I think it'll be fun with.
Yeah, I agree. I totally agree. I think you're gonna have fun, and the crowd is also have is
Yeah,
gonna have some fun.
I hope so. Hope so.
Yeah, I'm sure about that. And then as you as a founder of the Rumjacks, you have seen different members come and go in the band, like we said before. And what do you think about the current formation? Also from the point of view of, you know, like the different nations that are involved in the Rumjacks right now. There's Australia, there's Italy, there is America also. What do you think about your current lineup?
I think it's good. I do, you know, and it's we get asked a lot, like especially in the Rumjacks, we're like, oh, you formed in Australia. How did you? What made you choose like Irish Celtic folk music, if you will? White Australia, like with through immigration, you know, all Irish, Scottish, English immigrants, you know, coming to Australia. So it wasn't hard starting the band or having influences like that. There's Irish music, there's folk music everywhere in Australia.
Yeah.
Australia has its own kind of version of it too, you know. So you know, a lot of good Aussie artists that still do it. So for us starting the band, it was not that odd, you know, because it was all around us. My parents are from Northern Ireland. I'm in Belfast right now.
Oh, really?
You know, Adam's parents are from the south. They're from Dublin, etc. So Mike lives in Boston. His grandparents are Irish, you know, all that stuff. So it's kind of it's always around us. And then when we got Pietro a handful of years ago too, he was playing in a few other bands. But yeah, like I think it's a nice mesh of all of us coming together and doing that. But like I said, it was always there for pretty much all of us growing up anyway. And then we played in like random bands before as well too. Like I played double bass in like a country rockabilly band. So there's like country kind of. I love country music and whatnot. And like Adam played in a ska band and a hardcore band. Mike's played in every style band under the sun. Pietro's too talented, so he's played like in jazz bands to like punk bands, and he's played everything. So yeah, of course those things will come in and influence. I'm not going to say there's jazz stuff in there like at all, you know. But yeah, I think all of us coming from different backgrounds and where we currently live as well too. Lots of things influence you as a person, and then as a player, and then you put those 5 different people with those 5 different influences, whatnot together. You know, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but I think it does with us. So
yeah. So it's a very good thing that
it makes rehearsal very hard. I tell you that much.
Yeah.
5 people in 5 different countries is very hard. We got 1 in Italy, me in Northern Ireland, 1 in Croatia, 1 in Germany, and 1 in America. We've covered some land, eh?
You're spread all over the world.
Yeah.
But yeah, but the result is still the result in your music is still good. So it's not an obstacle for you. So
well, the power of technology, mate. You know, I can sit here and talk to you, and then I can plug my bass right into this, and then practice if I want. You know, it's things like that. It's
that's the amazing
technology
stuff.
has many good things, but it has many bad things also.
Yeah, totally. But now let's go through your new album, Hestia.
Cool.
Your 5th album, and it seems that all the hard things that happened in 2020 didn't get away your energy, because we feel a lot of energy in the whole album, in the whole Hestia. It didn't take away your energy, and but how did it come to life? This album, how did it come to life?
I'm glad you brought that up, especially the sort of surrounding situation. You know, like last year was a mess, we all know. But we had this little window of opportunity with the summer. That's why we went to Italy. And again, 5 of us, 5 different countries in a pandemic. Like, that sounds almost incredibly impossible.
Unreal.
And we thought it, yeah, like, how does that, you do that? Like, yeah, like I said, I can plug my bass into an iPad, but like, you know, it's better to get into a studio and all that.
Yeah, totally.
We managed it, right? We got all 5 of us into Milan and we recorded. So in regards to energy, I think the fact that we were able to do that, and with the positivity that came with Mike, definitely influenced and helped Hestia, for sure. So we finally all got together. It's the summer, somewhat at that stage in the whole process of COVID. You know, things were okay, if you can say that. You know, we could get a coffee.
Kind of okay, yeah.
Yeah, right. So there was a lot of positivity around. So there was actually a lot of energy. We were really excited about doing this. So we can't play gigs, and you can't get that high from playing a gig and seeing people and interacting and that kind of thing you do 6 nights a week or something. That completely stopped. So it only had us and our environment. So yeah, I think there was plenty of energy because all 5 of us felt like this is the closest we could get to doing what we love so much, which is playing live gigs and creating music, which is what we were doing. So the process really was, we got all together. We all had a bunch of ideas, you know, we had little riffs and this and that. But basically, Mike came to Milan and we just put all the demos together. Mike had endless amounts of songs, ideas, stupid little things he'd sing into his phone, you know, like little voice memos into the mic and stuff. And
I thought I was the only one doing that, but you're doing it too.
It's, you know, just if a song came in his head, like an idea, he'd sing it in his phone, and
so that you don't forget it. It's incredible.
There are songs 100% on Hestia that went from sitting there in the studio doing pre-production. I think we were still waiting for Gabriel to arrive. So it was maybe me, Adam, and Mike. And Rhythm of a Name was one that's on that album, that Mike had like the chorus and the chords just on his phone that he played once, like 2 years ago or something, and then we made the whole song out of that. So yeah, and that to me is that's probably my favorite song on the record as well too.
That's amazing.
I think that,
there are a lot of, you know, you can study your whole life songwriting and all the theories of lyric writing, whatever, but sometimes you just, you know, you're just fucking around doing nothing on your sofa and something comes in your mind, and you say, wait, that's actually cool. Let me record it. I don't want to forget it. I don't want to forget it.
Mike is the king of that. Mike had, like I said, endless amounts of that on his phone, in his notes, demos. He definitely had like loads of like structured songs and things he'd written before, ideas like demos at home. So they were super easy, like to kind of get our heads around. But yeah, like I said, the likes of Rhythm of a Name were bare bones there, and we worked that together and kind of ideas and structure and stuff. We had a bit more time, I think, with this as well. Like, we spent the summer, like the whole summer in Italy, and just worked our asses off, you know. Like, we didn't know when we were going to have the opportunity for the 5 of us to be together again, let alone whether that means gigs or not.
You wanted to enjoy those moments.
We enjoyed it, but we worked our asses off. Like, we demoed, we had a stupid idea, we put it down. Maybe it'll make it into a song, maybe it didn't. But that was the point of what we did. We just went in every day and worked hard. And like I said, Mike was a huge thing there, where he came with this arsenal of music, and you know, we had our little ideas here and there, but we definitely all sat in the room and went through ideas that everyone had and worked on Mike's ones, everything. And then end result was Hestia and a million more ideas, you know, like we're already ahead, I think, you know.
Yeah, totally, definitely. And you made it through. I mean, you made it through all the restrictions of COVID, because it was the summer.
Yeah, it was the summer then, so we were quite lucky that there was not a lot of travel bans at that stage. Like I said, Pietro's already there. 2 of the guys are already in kind of mainland Europe, and I was able to fly out of here from the UK at that stage. Like I said, there was that small window of, you know, last year where you were able to move around a little bit. And then, yeah, the big one was getting Mike in from America, you know, but we got him over and it worked. So we kept him there for the summer and just worked our asses off.
Yeah, yeah. And again, the result is great. So you did a very good job. I think that you like what looking back at the summer and saying, okay, we worked our asses off, but it paid off. It was it was the
100%.
best thing that we could do.
Yeah, I completely agree. Like I said, we were very aware that we didn't know when we were going to get physically back together to do what we do, playing live, writing music together in a room, whatever. We had no clue when it was going to happen. So I think the process of Hestia could have taken less in the summer, but we used the whole time to do as much as possible. Keeping in mind from that, we did like 3 official video clips, and a ton of others that are still not even out, like content, as they say these days. But just little things like filming us going into like the pubs when we could, pulled out the guitars and had a little go. Like that's on YouTube at the moment. Just stuff like that. Like, and I think it's paid off for now as well too. And I feel sorry for some bands in that in this opportunity you can't play live. Like normally if we release this album, we would be on the road. Like, we'd be on the road probably now doing it, and the album would come out in 2 weeks. We can't do that. That's fine. Like it's no one's fault. But you've got to stay, I don't want to say relevant, you've got to keep working all the time. And it is hard. Like it is really hard when bands are used to just touring all the time, which we are, and playing so many shows, then write, then record, then do it again. You got to do the best you can and with what you got. And I think we did that in the summer, and we're still trying to do the best we can with that and what's coming up in the next few months. And hopefully by this summer, we're back playing again.
Yeah. Hopefully.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed. Yeah, totally. And but this is what the point that I mean in 2020, in 2021, nowadays is very important. Like it's not possible anymore to think that you're a musician, oh, you play music. No, there's a whole industry. You're a business owner because you need to play music, you need to record the video, you need to like release content, like you said. You need to do a bunch of stuff, and yeah, maybe you have like an agent or you need to manage the promotions or whatever. But still, there are so many opportunities and things to do at the same time.
I 100% agree, and I wish you could release a record and someone goes to the record shop and buys it and then takes it home, listens to it, reads the lyrics, does its thing, and you sell 1 million records and then all this money piles in. It doesn't happen like that anymore. And I'm not going to say it will again. I don't know, but it doesn't happen like that. The music industry has changed. Even in like, let's just call it the 11 years that Rumjacks has existed, right? I had a conversation the other day with someone about Twitch. I hadn't even heard of Twitch. And they explained it to me and whatnot. I was like, all right, so what's kids playing games on like video? And I was like, yeah, but it is, but it's not. And I'm like, man, I can't keep up with this shit, you know? Like, but that is stuff, fortunately and unfortunately, you've got to roll with, you know?
Yeah.
People are saying television channels are going to be fucking changing now. That people are only going to listen, so subscribe to people who provide content, and that's a channel, you know, etc. And bands and whatever outlet that they want to choose. They want you on Instagram, or they're a YouTuber, or they're some kind of thing like that. They're going to stick to that. And if you're not on one of them, or you're not working hard on that, they'll move on. They'll find someone else who is doing it, you know. And it sucks. Like I said, I wish you could put a record out, get paid all this money for it, and then get in a van and tour. End of story. Sell some t-shirts. That you still have to do that. But like you said, it is a business. And if you're going to hit that point where you decide, is this a hobby? Is this something I really love and enjoy and do in the weekends? Or is this something I want to really give it a go and make it a job? Then it's going to be a job. Then yes, it's a business. You have to think about all that stuff. And again, believe in Twitch, believe in Twitter, believe in Instagram or not. You got to go with it, you know, like you've got to do it. And we're learning every day with it. It's a whole different world that I'm used to. Like I said, I didn't even hear of Twitch until like 3 days ago, but apparently it's a thing, you know?
But again, I think that the positive side is that, well, one of the positive sides is that like Twitch or whatever is you can look at it like an opportunity. You have to learn how to grow with it, and but you can look at it like an opportunity, and it needs to be looked
Yeah.
like this. And
Ah,
another thing
yeah.
I think also is that like after you've done all the the boring parts, like okay, Spotify and all that, then when you sit down in the like in their rehearsal room and you to write music and to record new music, you really have fun because uh, I signed to be a musician for doing that.
Yeah. Exactly. You're exactly right. So yeah, it's different that you like sometimes I just want to be like, I just want to play the bass.
Yeah, I just want to write music. I just want to
I just
write
want to play.
and play, and then all the other stuff. Let's leave it to
Let's just
someone
have
else.
that happen. But look, you can't, and everyone in bands, like I'm not sure who you've interviewed or whatever, but everyone in the band has like a different little role. There's
Yeah,
the quiet guy, there's the outspoken guy, there's whatever. Everyone's characters come through in a band, but you're right, like you just can't sit and like, you know, rest on things these days. You've got to
yeah.
always keep working and
Always be
you know,
grinding too.
exactly. And things change, like you said, things change. Like you mentioned Spotify, and I'll probably get whatever kind of backlash for this, but again, I wish I could put it on Spotify, our songs, and all this money comes in, like that'd be
Yeah,
great. It doesn't happen. It's
no.
very well known it doesn't happen. There's legal battles about that, etc., etc. But for example, just the other day we got an email. Something like 80 new countries just got Spotify. Now there is no chance in this world that I know that someone somewhere in the middle of nowhereville Europe, or like apparently it's just coming to Africa and
Mhm.
whatnot, especially like Eastern Europe now, a lot of countries, Asia. There's no way they would have heard about the Rumjacks at all if it wasn't for something like Spotify
Yeah,
or
totally.
YouTube, all these things that exist, right? Again, I wish there was another way. But
Mm.
now, in this day and age, it is. Now, does that mean if someone who doesn't pay a penny for our music hears it in somewhere that I never thought I'd even visit in my life, hears it, and all their friends hear it, and then somehow they buy a T-shirt, and then somehow there's a fan base, and then for some weird reason we end up in this wild country we never thought we'd be in because they listen for free on Spotify, then I'll take that as a win.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's not going to pay the bills. It really will not. But
But
neither
that,
does touring sometimes. Like
yeah,
touring doesn't pay the bills. You have to do all of it. You have to sell
yeah,
T-shirts. You have to tour. You have to put it on Spotify. You have to do YouTube. You have to do all this stuff, or it's just a hobby. You
yeah,
know?
yeah, totally. And it's funny that you mentioned fan base because
Mm.
I think that the goal of everything, like Spotify or Twitch or Instagram content or Facebook or all everything, you only is only aimed to build a fan base, the same fan base that
Yeah,
goes to concert gigs.
yeah,
So
100%.
the main goal is that one. So the
Exactly. Like I said, and in a weird 360, what we enjoy most, I won't lie, what I enjoy most is playing gigs. I
yeah,
want to play live. That's the
totally.
bit I personally enjoy most. Probably then the traveling and touring side. Well, I guess that's playing gigs, and then the writing with the boys. That's what I enjoy the most.
Yeah,
And one encourages the other. If you write and record and release a song and make no money out of it at all, and Spotify are paying you like 1 millionth of a cent per stream or whatever
hmm,
it is, so be it. But yeah, you said, does that put 20 more people in a room that is watching me, that buys 2 T-shirts and a record off me, that
yeah,
says hello, tells me a story, gives me some kind of experience or just some little moment in life I'll remember, then that's fine. That's what it
yeah.
is. It's not selling
It,
records and making
it's
millions of dollars
but
from
it's
people
paid off.
going to the record store. It's
Yeah,
not. And like I said, I enjoy the gigs and playing live the most. And if, you know, Spotify or whatever it is leads to more people in a room watching me play or just, new experiences, then I'll take that. I'll take it.
yeah, yeah, totally. Okay, and now back on Hestia.
Yep.
is it sorry for the silly question, but is there a reason why you're releasing the album near to St. Patrick's Day?
That was purely timing wise in regards to getting our videos,
Really?
singles, and timeline stuff. Yeah, there's again all the little times and dates and all that kind of stuff that you get told from all the people that know that better than us. It just worked out that way, you know. Like, if anything, it would probably be a bit tacky that we did it like on St. Patrick's Day or anything like that. That is purely, it just happened to be
just casual, purely
yeah,
casual.
like between the first single being released and then the second and third and all that kind of stuff. It purely was a timeline thing. So no, not intentional at all.
Oh, great! I didn't expect it. I mean,
Yeah.
I thought you said, oh, we just looked for the best date that was the nearest to St. Patrick's Day, but no, it's just purely casual.
Purely casual. That's it, mate. Like I said, I think it would look a little silly if we did it on St. Patrick's Day. That would be like, you know, there's enough of that fakery around at the moment, you know. So
yeah,
don't have to add to it.
Yeah. What do you have in mind in general for the future of the Rumjacks? Do you have already something in mind if you want, like for your tour, you already have something in mind for future projects?
Always. Yeah. So look, Hestia is out in 2 weeks. So there's that. We'll ride that one a little bit. So that's out March 12. As the world's announcing new things and the summer's coming, we might start playing, possibly around Europe again. I'd say towards the end of summer at best. We'll see. That all depends on a lot of things. If we can do that, I dare say we'd get together again and start writing, demoing for what? I don't know.
Or a new
album,
EP or
demo,
the
new
sixth
EP.
album.
We've always talked about doing a split. I reckon it'd be super cool to do like a little split with someone, you know. So maybe something like that by the end of the year for sure. Like I said, that is very dependent on travel and what we're allowed to do. But if we can get back to Milan again, play a few shows around Europe, I'd say we'd be recording by the end of summer again. But so yeah, main goal is to get playing live again.
Yeah,
like I said, in a perfect world, we'd release Hestia and we'd be touring it non-stop. But what we can do, we will, especially around Europe. But then maybe early next year, get over to the States, or depending on everything again. But yeah, so just moving about again. We can't do it now, so when the green light's given, we'll be touring.
Yeah, that's very great. And in general, so you have like a long tour in front of you when it's going to be possible, and I hear it very well that you're craving for a tour. It's so comprehensible. Yeah, I get it.
Like I said, as just someone playing an instrument on behalf of all five of us, I guess it's what we like to do the most. Like, you know, everything else is all part of it, and it is enjoyable, but just missing that part of playing a gig every night that you can I miss it so much, and I know the boys do too. So just having that back, it will be a massive thing for us as individuals, you know.
Yeah, Johnny, it was a great pleasure to have you here tonight. It was
enjoyed it, mate.
Very great. Thank you so much for being here, and good luck for everything.
Thank you very much, mate. Cheers.